Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 2 of physical education. Whether you are an in-person or fully remote learner, since we are virtual right now, and there is a chance that we will have to go virtual at times throughout the school year, there are some really important materials and important information I'd like you all to see. I'd also like to show you how to use our Bitmoji Classroom. A lot of you probably have some experience using the Bitmoji Classrooms from last year, but this is new for Miss Roy, so we're going to kind of learn together, and there might be times where I'm posting assignments, important information, or materials that you definitely need, so you want to make sure you know how to access them. So the very first thing I want to show you is the virtual class rules. So if you click on the poster here that's on my whiteboard that says virtual class rules, it will bring you right to the rules that we should all be following when we are fully remote or online learning. So the first rule we have is be respectful to others. So that means when you are communicating with either a teacher, another adult, or a student within the Google Classroom, I'm expecting you to be respectful. So whether or not you are making comments or if we are in a live Zoom meeting, we need to make sure that we are following those same school rules that we would in person. Okay, so that means we're not using inappropriate language. We're not putting others down. If you have something to say or a question to ask, make sure you do it respectfully. The second rule we have is to ask questions. Now, Miss Roy is someone who loves questions when people are not understanding fully. Okay, I know that there are a lot of times where students were confused about how to access assignments or how to perform some of the activities that we had last year, and they never really asked questions. Please make sure you're asking questions, otherwise I'm not going to know if you need help. And what happens is if you're not asking questions, sometimes people just don't do the assignment, and that's going to affect your grade. So make sure you ask questions. Rule number 3 is to be honest. Now, Miss Roy does not force anyone to send in pictures or videos with your assignment. You can if you would like, but I do not require it. So I am trusting that when you submit your assignment and when you complete your Google form, it is because you have also completed the activity that is being asked of you in the video or in my assignment directions. So please, if you are completing the activities or submitting the assignments, make sure you are being honest about it. Rule number 4 is have fun and try your best. Okay, similar to rule number two, a lot of students, when they are having a hard time, instead of asking questions, they give up. Okay, so I don't care if you are making mistakes, if it's difficult. Again, ask questions so I can help you, and that will ensure that you are having fun and certainly that you are trying your best. That is all that I ask. If you do rules 1 through 4, then you are going to have a great time in PE, whether it's in person or virtually, for the school year. Okay, going back to our Google Classroom, the next thing I want to review is grading. So what you want to do is click this little A+ sign here, and this is going to show you how Miss Roy is going to grade you while we are virtual. Okay, so the biggest part of your grade is participation. Okay, I'm going to review that in detail in just a second, but there also might be times that I give you graded assessments, whether it is a homework assignment, a quiz, a test. I don't give many, but occasionally I will. Okay, so they're broken down into 2 different categories. But again, participation is your main category. Now, if you want a 4 in this class, there are a few things that you need to make sure you are doing. The first is to attend all Zoom meetings or live instruction. There probably will not be a lot of live Zoom meetings or instruction, but if there ever are, you need to make sure that you are attending them. The second thing I'm looking for is to complete all assignments, okay? Making sure you're submitting everything that Ms. Roy posts. It's only twice a week, and the assignments themselves are not very long, so I do expect that all assignments are being completed. The next thing I'm looking for is to mark every completed assignment as turned in. Last year, when we were remote, there were so many people I noticed who were completing the Google Forms and doing the assignments, but they never marked it turned in on the Google Classroom. That is so important because sometimes Ms. Roy might not remember that you did the Google Classroom or you did the Google Form, and I'm just seeing that you didn't turn it in. So if you didn't turn it in, it's actually not complete. Okay, the next thing is to complete and submit each Google form. Like I said last lesson, each assignment will kind of follow the same pattern. It's going to have your video and the task that you need to complete. Then you need to complete the Google form that's attached to it. So if you click turned in, but you do not complete the Google form, then that assignment is not complete, okay? And you may not get credit for it. The next thing, another big part of participation, going back to our virtual class rules, is to respectfully ask questions when you are confused, okay? So using respectful language at all times, even when we are frustrated. All right, and last but not least, you may occasionally decide to include pictures or videos of your participation or the game that I'm asking you to play. Again, you never have to send a video or a picture, but if you do, I always love to see them, and that's showing you are going above and beyond. Okay? If you receive a 3, some of the biggest differences is you might not be attending those Zoom meetings, or you're only attending a few of them. You're completing most of the assignments, but not all of them. You may be completing the Google form, but not clicking turned in, or vice versa. I do expect that everyone receiving a 3 is still respectfully asking questions. And again, you may occasionally include pictures or videos. Okay, if you are receiving a 1 or a 2, that means that you have completed half or less than half of the assignments that I've assigned to you. You're probably not clicking turned in. You're probably not completing the Google forms. You might be communicating disrespectfully or inappropriately to students or teachers online, and those are just not acceptable behaviors. So make sure that you're doing all the things you need to do to earn a 3 or 4 in the class. Okay, and again, if we ever have a graded assessment or a quiz, if you receive a 60 to 69%, that would be a 1. A 2 would be 70 to 79%, a 3 would be 80 to 89%, and a 4 would be 90 to 100%. This part of your grade is not going to be worth as much as your participation. All right, now going back again to our Google Classroom, or our Bitmoji Classroom, the next thing I want you to see is going to be the A and B groups in-person schedule for physical education. So if you click the clock here, if you are in group A or B, you are going to see your physical education schedule. Okay, so if you look here and you see your class, that means you have physical education on that day, and it gives you the period and time. So for example, Mondays, I will see either group A or group B, depending on the week, period 4, from 11:40 to 11:30. Okay, I also may see them Tuesday or Thursday. All right. And if you scroll down, you can see Group B's schedule. Again, Group A and Group B, they flip-flop depending on the week. Every other day stays the same. Now, if you're wondering why I am only teaching periods 4 and 5, it is because all other times I will be teaching remotely to our Group D students. So if you want to take your own time to check out your schedule, you can. Right now, we're going to go take a look at the remote learning schedule, or the Group D student schedule. So if you go back to our Bitmoji Classroom and you click the calendar here, you are going to see the Group D schedule. All right, so you can see a lot of Miss Roy's time is spent responding and grading the Group D students' work, okay, because we have a lot of students who are going to be remote this year. So for our remote learners, I am usually only posting grades 3, 4, and 5. As I mentioned in our video last week, I'm going to be posting every Monday and Thursday. Okay, so Monday and Thursdays, we're going to have new assignments each week. Okay, that gives you a few days to complete each assignment. Okay, all other times I have designated to either grade and answer questions and return work. Okay, so for example, period 2, on each day of the week, I'm going to be focusing on 3rd grade and returning that work. Period 3, I'll be focusing on grade 4. And period 7, I will be focusing on my 5th grade students. So if you ever have a question and you need to ask me and get an answer right away, look at your grade level, see what times Miss Roy is going to be on for that grade level, and I should be able to get to you right away. If not, then it might have to wait a little bit longer or until the next day. All right, so again, if you are in Group D, take a few minutes to just look over this schedule. Make sure this is something you keep so that you can always reference it at any time. All right, next, I do want to just show you where to click the YouTube video. Oh, I'm sorry, actually, let me go back. If you click Miss Roy over here, it's going to bring you to the YouTube video that I posted last week. It goes through a PowerPoint presentation about what physical education is going to look and feel like both in person and remotely this year. So if you didn't see that or you need to see it again, click Miss Roy and it should bring you right to that YouTube video here. Okay? I'm not going to watch that with you right now, but it's there for you if you need it. All right. Now, going back to our Google Classroom, I do want to get you up and moving for at least some time today because Miss Roy loves to move, and I know you guys do too. I know it's maybe frustrating at times sitting at your computer all day. So, last but not least today, you are going to click this little icon of Miss Roy running, and you are going to do the Go Noodle activity that is attached to it. Okay? So just hang tight. And that's going to pop up for you soon. Miss Roy's internet isn't great where she is right now, but it should come up. Here we go. So this is the Run the Red Carpet activity. It's only about 4 minutes long, so feel free to do that. You can do it more than once. Okay, so after watching this video, you're going to have some time. I'd like you to go through, click each one of the icons that we reviewed today. Definitely make sure you are doing the activity on Go Noodle so you can get up and moving. And if you have any questions, please make sure you're asking them in the Google form. Make sure you are turning in the assignment. You are clicking Submit on the Google Forms to receive full credit on each assignment. Okay, next time we see each other or we are on Google Classroom together on Monday, we are going to start actually moving. Okay, so we're going to start our physical education lessons, and we're going to be done with this introductory, the introductory lessons for physical education. Okay, see you all next time. Bye.